Just 10 days before his death on March 14, Stephen Hawking submitted a research paper titled "A Smooth Exit from Eternal Inflation." This paper hints that scientists could find another universe, and he predicted the end of the world while on his deathbed. Thomas Hertog was the co-author of this paper, and Hertog was granted permission by Hawking to publish the report. The research suggests evidence for existence of a multi-universe, and our cosmos is only one of many universes. If he had lived to see his theory through, Hawking would be in line for the Nobel Prize he always hoped for. Hawking once theorized the Earth was hurled into existence during the Big Bang, and other universes were brought into existence through multiple Big Bangs. Well, in his last paper, Hawking, along with James Hartle, he was the professor for theoretical physics at KU Leuven University in Belgium. In this paper, they explored how these universes could be found using a probe on a spaceship. He further predicted how our universe will eventually fade into blackness as the stars run out of energy. Sounds kind of like Earth would go into a black hole, perhaps. Some scientists think this theory may be a breakthrough for cosmology, since this is the first theory that can be tested in experiments. Sadly, in spite of countless accolades and numerous nominations for the Nobel Prize, Hawking never won the Nobel Prize because none of his ideas had been proven. And proof is a key factor with the Nobel Committee. Also worthy of noting is Stephen Hawking has been compared to Albert Einstein, and Hawking died on the 139th anniversary of Einstein's birth. And many of you know Hawking he was in a wheelchair. He was wheelchair bound, and he couldn't speak. He spoke through a machine. Well, he lost his ability to speak over 30 years ago after a tracheotomy that was linked to complications of the motor neuron disease Hawking was diagnosed with at the age of 21. He once told BBC News he had considered committing suicide by not breathing after an operation, but the reflex to breathe was too strong. He initially communicated using his eyebrows to indicate letters on a spelling card. Later, his communication techniques were upgraded to a program developed by a Cambridge University colleague that allowed him to select words using a hand clicker. Well, that was linked to an early speech synthesizer, which turned Hawking's text into spoken language. Well, finally, Intel Corp stepped in during 1997 to improve his ability to communicate. The technology used algorithms developed by SwiftKey, that was a British software company, which is known for its predictive text technologies. Wow, tongue twister. The text technologies they use on smartphones. Hawking kept his first voice synthesizer from 1986 so that he could cement his voice trademark. And cement he did. We all know that famous sound that we hear, and I always associated that with Stephen Hawking. And the link for the article I took this information from will be in the description box found underneath this video. And moving on to more recent news, Edwin Snowden had put in his Twitter account this weekend that Facebook, a surveillance company that collects and sells user data, has been selling our personal information, and they've been using it really more like a surveillance company. They really are a surveillance company. They're trying to claim they're social media, but they're not. They're a surveillance company. So anyway, Edward Snowden tweeted that rather than being the social media, they're selling our Facebook users' personal details. And they're trying to shift the blame on that to Cambridge Analytica because of some dealings they had with Steve Bannon during the President Trump's campaign. And they're trying to shift the blame for what they're doing on them because they use that same technology for analyzing voters. Anyway, Snowden went on to write that businesses once openly admitted they were surveillance companies when they collected and sold detailed records of private lives. And Snowden claims Facebook's rebranding the term as social media is the most successful deception since the Department of War became the Department of Defense. And 64.7 thousand people weighed in on this topic, and it was retweeted over 30,000 times. Facebook, I hope you're getting this message. We know. So if they want to blame Cambridge Analytica for breaching our private data, well, Snowden, he's referring to a New York Times report about Facebook trying to shift the blame for the responsible party. Snowden went on to tweet that Facebook makes their money exploiting and selling our intimate details about the private lives of millions that exceed what the users voluntarily post. So Snowden claims rather than Facebook being the victim, they're actually the accomplices. And we know that. And today, sad news has occurred today in Phoenix, Arizona. The news came out today, but they're not sure. It happened either Sunday night or Monday morning. But the first fatality has occurred as a result of the self-driving car. A pedestrian was struck by an Uber car in spite of the vehicle having an operator at the wheel. The Uber taxi was part of an Uber trial in hopes of representing a future of self-driving cars. For now, Uber has suspended the self-driving operation. And at the time of the accident, the car was in auto mode, but the operator was not controlling the car. The unnamed woman died in a local hospital. Uber Technologies has suspended testing its autonomous cars in Phoenix and Tempe, Arizona, as well as Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and Toronto. Uber is fully cooperating with authorities and is helping with the investigation, offering condolences to the deceased family and loved ones. So hopefully they will get this figure out what happened, and hopefully this will never happen again. But sad news, sad on many fronts. And if you have questions or if you have comments you would like to make, please put them in the comment section. Let's get some dialogue going. If there's any further research on these topics you would like for me to bring to the front or clarify, put that in the comment section. And if you like the information I'm giving you, please hit that subscribe button and you will be able to get more information. I try to put out several videos a week, and just so grateful for those of you who tune in to me. Okay, have a great evening.